So we are going to implement our very much awaited JWT. That is nothing but JSON Web Token. First of all, we are going to delete this one because anyhow we are going to have with the JWT, right? So instead of this, let's just go into login, and now we need to install the JWT package here. So let's install npm I JSON Web Token. So this will install JSON Web Token in my backend, and also I need to import it here. Once the installation is completed, I'll import and I'll use that library. So we'll just start implementing it. So const JWT equal to require JSON Web Token. Yeah, and we'll start our backend server, nodemon server. As we have imported the JWT, now we need to use, right? So as I've told in the previous video, where we are mainly using our JWTs while storing the data in our web browser, it should store in some kind of a token way. And also it should store and it should disappear in some days. So in local storage you can't just store it for permanently, right? You need to delete that some kind of cookie in certain kind of days. And also, even if the password and that is same, the user should be login only if the sign in signature is correct. So I'll show you how to do that. So while storing, we logging in, we are storing local storage, right? So instead of storing it in our front end, we need to store in back end. We'll remove this and we'll go into this login user. Once the successful message is done, here we need to do that. So once it is successful, what we need to do here is we need to generate a token. So const token equal to JWT dot sign. So with what a kind of data which we are giving into this, and the kind of we also need a secret key for our application. So with the data which we are giving and the secret key, those both will be signed and it will generate a token for us. So the first will be the data. So what I want to do is I want to store a user ID as well as the email, not password. So instead of just having the password in our signature, I'll just store the username or user email. So here I'll generate, so const token data equal to, here I'll have ID will be user dot ID, and the name I'll give as user dot user, because that's how we stored in our database. If you check here, this is the username and this is the email. So email we are going to store as user dot email. So email will be as user dot email. So now we need to send this data token data. This is the first parameter, or data, and the second is we need to send a secret key or a private key. If you can check here, we got this message also, the suggestion. So here we have two ways of sending a secret or private key. Like if your code is exposed, then they will find what is a secret key if you type here hard coded way. But if you use process.env, then there is no way the user will be anybody will be able to get your secret ID. So that part we are going in the next video, how to use a process.env. But for this video purpose, we'll have this as a hard-coded text only. So I'll say as secret key 123. Don't worry, we are going to give this as some kind of encrypted way, that is a process.env. For this video purpose, I'm showing you how this works. And the last parameter will be, that is optional parameter, which says how many days it should expire, this token should expire. So the expires in, I am giving as a 30 days. So 30 days means 30D means it will expire this token in 30 days. And now once this token is generated, I'll save this, I'll send this from backend to frontend, this token. So what I'll do here is I'll send another one as token as the token. Okay, now we need to store in here, right? We are storing in local storage. So here, instead of email, what I'll do is I'll have this log dot data dot, and the variable is a token. So let's save. Once the compilation done, we'll check. So here we are not having any kind of key value. Let's refresh our site also. Yeah, now let me check my credentials here, and the password is, yeah. Now let me click on submit. So the user is successful and it took me to the home page. And if you see our data here, we have this randomized text. Okay, I'll extend this so that you people can see. Yeah, this is the randomized text. So what I'll do is I'll go into the JWT website so that we can confirm this, like we can get the details from this randomized text. So this is the long text. So if we copy and paste it in JWT website, we can check what are the details encrypted in that token. So if we go here, yeah, let's just remove this and give this. So you can see we have stored ID, right? So I'll show you what all the things we have stored in this token. We have stored a user ID, username, and user email. So if you check here, it says username, user email, and user ID, also with the expiration date, like when it is issued and when it's going to expire. So this is the general way if a user takes this, but a user can't get any kind of password. And also it says invalid signature, because we are not having any kind of secret key sent here. The key will be in only an application. So that's why it's saying invalid signature. So once the signature is valid only, then only the user will be able to log in successfully and will be sent into the home or dashboard page. So that is the use of having a token based JWT, and we'll see the many more features of JWT in the next video. In the next video we will see how to protect our roots. So if we check here, now the user is login, right? So there's no reason user should go into again the login page. It should not redirect. Or if the user is already registered, then there is no reason to go into register page. These both pages should not be visible to a successfully logged in user. And also if the user is not logged in, so if I see now the user is not logged in, right? So if the user is not logged in, like I'll delete the data from here also. So now the user is not logged in, and if I give a route here like slash home, it is taking me to that page, but the user should not going to that page, right, if unless or until he logged in successfully. So we are going to have these private and public routes addressed in our next video.